Hey folks, welcome to the Whiskey Hunter. On the whiskey, the Whiskey Hunter's wife.
So, if you're wondering why I'm actually the real Whiskey Hunter, if you're wondering why I have a co-host tonight, it's because it's our wedding anniversary. Today,
4 years.
4-year wedding anniversary. So we're going to celebrate our wedding anniversary by...
Coming on to the Whiskey Hunter.
That's your gift from me to you.
From me to you.
That's my gift from me to you. And we're going to celebrate by drinking
All
a very...
dressed up and nowhere to go but
Wow.
my husband's bar.
We're going to celebrate by drinking a very special whiskey and maybe even sip out of a very special Scottish traditional sipping cup.
It's our second COVID anniversary.
Tonight we're going to be sampling the House of Hazelwood 18-year. The House of Hazelwood is a brand of Art Deco-inspired blended Scotch whiskey owned and produced by William Grant & Sons.
I feel like Vanna White.
That's great. Keep on. You can show the bottle again if you want. It's a beautiful bottle. It was actually, this range was created as a tribute to William Grant's granddaughter, who actually passed away April of 2012. When she passed away, she was the oldest woman
In Scotland.
in Scotland. Her name was?
Janet Sheed Roberts.
She was 110 when she passed away. The reason why we're sampling this bottle tonight, hand that one over to Mrs. Whiskey Hunter.
We received it as a wedding gift, so it makes sense to open it on our 4-year. Now you're Vanna White. Our 4-year wedding anniversary. My best friend in England, actually, she came over and brought that, as well as something else that we're going to show you later on today. So we thought it was just fitting to sample it on the Whiskey Hunter, seeing as how it's on our anniversary this year.
Let's get to the tasting. So my wife does not do tastings regularly. She's kind of
drink whiskey.
a beginner. She doesn't drink whiskey, doesn't really like it.
I'm the wine hunter.
But she has seen my reviews. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna nose it, then we're gonna check the palate, and then we're gonna check the finish. And if you have any, we can go as quick as slow.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, so let's check the nose on this House of Hazelwood 18-year.
Okay,
Let's not cheers yet. Let's cheers after.
Okay.
Okay.
What about cheers to the folks at home?
We're not drinking yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, it's not my bad.
Okay, nosing.
Nosing. Sometimes I like to open my mouth a little bit, not like, just like a little. Oof. I keep on getting, we've been sniffing this for a while, it's been sitting on the table for a while. I keep on getting chocolate and you don't get any chocolate. You getting anything?
Like vanilla a little bit?
I get vanilla.
It's a bit sweet.
For sure.
It's a bit sweet.
I'm getting a little bit of like a citrusy, like a orangey, lemon.
Maybe a tiny bit.
Lots
Grapefruit.
of grapefruit, yeah.
Grapefruit.
Lots of chocolate though, like. So, cheers to you on our wedding
4-year
anniversary.
wedding anniversary.
Yep. And to the people at home, folks, cheers.
Ooh, it's really nice. It's kind of light.
Really light.
As far it doesn't give you that.
Silky. No, not at all. No burn.
Yeah.
Silky smooth. I'm getting like creamy, moussey chocolate. Not getting the chocolate vibe at all. Definitely some vanilla that's coming over from the nose. I'm saying the orange is coming over from the nose. You're not saying anything about orange or fruits. You said grapefruit, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Lovely, like very desserty, very elegant, like the box says. What are you doing?
Actually, the box, sorry, I wanted to pick up the box. It's beautiful. And as you said, elegant, it said here, this elegant design is inspired by 1920s architecture in the 7th and 16th arrondissement of Paris. Cradle of a new Art Deco splendor, which would go on to sweep Europe and the world. This is correct.
What's that mean?
Well, the Art Deco movement started in Paris in the 1920s, and then later on it filtered through to the rest of the world, like New York, for example. It's one of my favorite time periods for architecture and design. It really has a heavy emphasis on like linear forms, geometric forms. Think of like the chevrons on the Chrysler building, you know, kind of like peaked forms and zigzags and things like that. Typically a building might have a the facade sets back as you go higher up in elevation. It's quite nice. It represents...
There's a lot of stuff that I don't know.
Art Deco represents modernism, I guess, in an industrial age, but it represents grandeur and elegance.
So is that bottle shape like a good example of that?
I would say, I mean, it's detailed. It's got, you know, a nice linear form. You can see, I don't know if you can see, this beautiful glass, I don't know what you would call it, ridging. You have some zigzags, some peaks. The gold
This is nice
was,
and
yeah,
different than most bottles.
I like it. Actually, I thought the cork was fatter, shorter and fatter
yeah.
than
It's like an optical illusion.
Yeah, but even the, I don't know if you can see the label. Beautiful with the gold. Actually, I want to keep this bottle when we're done with it.
Sure.
Put it on my vanity.
Sure.
Like a rose. You can buy me a rose.
I'll get you a rose.
Every day.
Back to the tasting. So we finished the palate. We know what it's like on the mouthfeel. Silky, smooth, not a lot of
pretty
spice.
smooth.
Not a lot of spice, right?
I'm not getting spice.
Okay, so check out what it's like on the finish. Okay? Would you say it's long or short?
Long. It's still
Yeah, nice and long.
evaporating through.
Trickles down, but it's very elegant on the finish. I find
It is very
It's
elegant.
very like just smooth and like relaxing.
It is actually.
Yeah. Well, I know it is because you're liking it. You don't like the ones that are really
No.
punchy.
I'm more into bourbons, like cognac. Well, some of the bourbons that
Yeah,
you've shown me.
Quick recap: vanilla,
Yep.
some vanilla sweetness, some orange, some chocolate. You're not saying so much chocolate, so maybe some grapefruit. Nice and creamy and smooth on the mouthfeel, and nice and easy going down on the finish. Not a lot of spice at all, I'd say. I don't think there's any. I'm not getting any kind of
Nope.
spiciness. Very nice.
10 out of 10.
So one other thing to touch on tonight for our anniversary special here, the same really good friend that got you the House of Hazelwood,
Shereen, my best friend.
Shereen, also got us this beautiful traditional Scottish sipping cup. There's whiskey in here, by the way. So back in the old,
Whiskey everywhere.
yeah, in the old Highland days, with warring clans, and think of Braveheart. If there was to be peace between maybe two different clans, they would use the, oh sorry, it's called a quake, or a quake or a quaig.
Quake.
Like there's definitely some kind of
In the end.
There's those in there. Quake.
No.
I think it's just quake, and then there's a at the end. A quake. Quake. It's a CH. Are you with me? So in the olden days, they would pass the cup, holding it up with two hands as a sign of, I trust that you're not going to stab me to death or tickle me to death, and you'd accept it with two hands.
This is a bit awkward.
It's a bit
I
awkward.
got it.
And then I wouldn't sign that I wouldn't stab you, so she's going to accept
Have a
from
drink.
me. She's going to have a little sip out of the cup.
I accept.
Yeah, you can go ahead and accept it. So you can sip it. And then she passes it back. I accept it with two hands, and I have a little sip.
Tastes even better out of that, actually.
I feel more like connected.
Finally.
Traditionally, this is an
Two kids
ancient
and
Scottish
4 years.
traditional sipping cup. This, you're supposed to do this on your wedding night. We're 4 years late. Typical of us. This seals the bond between the two lovebirds, and
I thought the mortgage that we signed sealed the bond.
marks the blending of the families. So maybe this is going to help our families and help us.
Hopefully.
You want to take another sip?
Yes, it's actually really nice.
Yep.
I love this.
Supposed to accept it with two hands. So
So
there,
do
when
it
she did
again.
that with one hand, I would have just stabbed her with my sword.
No, I would have because I had the free hand. Plus, I'm wearing
Okay,
a stab-proof vest.
Okay, there, accept.
Thank you.
Okay, quake. Easy there, sippy zippy, and then pass it back with one hand. It's two hands always.
Oh goodness.
Two hands.
Sorry. I have poor listening skills. Thank you for watching our special anniversary edition. Might not come back. I probably will never come back because we don't have another wedding whiskey to open.
You can come back next year.
See you next year.
I'll get you a wedding anniversary whiskey.
Okay, that sounds lovely. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please click on like. If you have a comment, leave a comment. If you have a question, ask him. If you really, really, really like this video, hit subscribe. Ring that bell, as they say in the YouTube world. What else?
We have to thank Shereen.
Shereen, my best friend, we miss you, we love you. We cannot wait for this pandemic to end so we can have whiskey together.
And thank you to my beautiful wife for coming on as a co-host. You did a great job.
My first ever YouTube debut.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Just give me notice. I need a couple weeks notice.
Maybe one day we could do a wine one.
On the Whiskey Hunter? On the Whiskey Hunter Wine Edition.
Wine not.
Maybe you should just do your own little comedy thing.
No, you're funnier. You're funnier. Okay, wait. I'm gonna sing us out.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4.
'Cause I'm the whiskey hunter's wife. Cheers.
Cheers, folks.